Could you please provide an explanation for the people what Project Firefly is and what you hope to achieve with it?
So Project Firefly is a company that I started with my co-founder, Jesse Pound, and it is essentially us combining drone tech with pressurized air cannons to better contain wildfires. And essentially what that is, why you mentioned fluid dynamics, is water and fluids can move the same as gases a lot of the time. So like when you think about like rings underwater, like for example, when a whale or a dolphin, like that blowhole, you blow a ring underwater, you can kind of see the outline of it. That's air moving like the same kind of way as water. It's a fluid kind of motion. And that's essentially the same kind of thing that we're doing with our cannons, which are called vortex cannons.
Of all the different ways you could apply yourself, why wildfires?
So I think like my background in specifically like climate change and like wanting to make a difference environmentally started with food. So I had like a big like kind of bout with like eating disorders in the past, and I switched to being vegetarian kind of like to like almost fuel that eating disorder. But then like upon doing more research and watching a lot of these documentaries, I realized that the meat industry is just not the best for climate. And
that's an understatement.
A big, yeah, exactly. And so I haven't eaten meat for the last 3 years, and that's kind of where my love for the climate started. I mean, I've always loved animals and I love nature, but around the same time I started like taking a lot more walks. And you know, like Vegas is not the greenest place. Like it's definitely desert territory. But the places that are green here, you know, I love so much, and I love lakes, and you know, and part of the reason why I love the East Coast is it is so green. And so I have always loved nature.
Do you feel like you're on the right path now when you think about doing this work? Does this make you feel like you're aiming higher, even though there's a very good chance it fails? Might just not work, right? Might not put out fires, might not extinguish them, might not even contain them. But what if it does? Does that make you feel like that's you?
I act like I've lived all these years of experience, like when I say stuff, but like a lot of just me growing up was me not really thinking that good would come of things that I did. And like, you know, being in like competitive piano and like being in orchestra and all these things, like growing up in Vegas where a lot of people don't leave Vegas. Like Vegas is kind of just, you grow up here, you get a job here, you build a family here, you know? And like being in these places where I was kind of exposed to this life of, oh, like whatever you do, like it's not really gonna make that much of an impact. Like you should just kind of like settle. I feel like for a long time, I just like thought that I was just very negative, and I didn't want to take advantage of the things that I was being given, and it was just not, you know, the best mindset to be in. And now knowing that even if this doesn't succeed, that I learned so much from it, and I like created just this whole, we just like built this from scratch, and like with all these people along the way, and like I met so many amazing people, and knowing that if that doesn't succeed, like I'll just start something else. I have a lot more hope for the world and for my dreams and for everyone else's dreams, and I think every day I see more and more that people are tired of the way things are being done, and they're aiming to do something bigger, and I think that's so cool. And so I'm definitely very happy now. I'm probably the happiest I've ever been, which is awesome.